Alright, welcome back everyone. It is Draftkings draft week. So we are firing a DK Millie entry. And they actually have a promo right now where if you draft one team, they give you another free. So we are definitely going to take advantage of that. Get an entry for free for a chance at $2 million. So we get the 101. So I think first 101 stream that we've had so far. So very happy to snap off Mr. Ja'Marr Chase. We will start with Ja'Marr Chase. Pop open the draft board for the viewers. I think pretty important to note that Draftkings is like the wild, wild west. There are no rules. There is no rhyme or reason. It is every man for themselves in these lobbies. People do not tend to stay in their own lane. So, first DK draft of the year, we need to be cognizant of that. Quarterbacks go early just due to the scoring format. This is PPR, which is different from the half PPR of underdogs. So, all of that is important to keep in mind as we draft this team here tonight. With that, we got our ticket. Very nice. So let's take a look at the ADP here, 24-25, kind of see what we're looking at on underdogs here. I think would be very happy to grab guys like Josh Jacobs, Tyreek Hill, Chase Brown. Happy with any of those guys at the turn. Running backs tend to go earlier on DraftKings as well. I got slaughtered on DraftKings last year due to my heavy RB drafting style. And you really, even if you had Gibbs, you probably couldn't even recover from Saquon and Henry over on the DraftKings side. Alright, back up on a couple picks here. I think the players we had queued up are still available. I would say pretty unlikely we see Rashee Rice make it back to us. And we'll most likely see one of our players taken that we have in the queue. There goes Rashee Rice. There goes Trey McBride. There goes Bucky Irving. I am more than happy to grab Josh Jacobs
and $9.99 a month for a music app.
Grab
and
Tyreek Hill.
$12.99 for
Let's mute the ads. Bring the music back, please. All right. Draft board open again. Not a fan of that song. Skipping that one. Same song. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As you can see, 9 running backs in the first 2 rounds. Chase Brown following shortly after in the 3rd round. So you got 10 running backs in the first 2.5 rounds. They tend to go very early on the Draftkings side. So really important to kind of do that hero or anchor RB build. And by that, hero RB tends to really mean Saquon, Bijan, Gibbs, McCaffrey. Probably put Henry in there. And you kind of stop for a while. And you have the anchor RB, which is guys like Bucky, Jacobs, Chase Brown, Kyron Williams. Probably put Breece Hall in there. Switch up to some lo-fi. See Allen and Lamar come off the board. We really do want to prioritize Joe Burrow, just because quarterbacks do go early and often. Maybe there's like a dream scenario. I mean, we're like a Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith at the turn. That would be pretty sick. Very likely that the A.J. Brown drafter just takes Jalen Hurts, though. Especially with Jaden coming off the board here. Now there's 5 guys who are staring down Jalen Hurts is the top quarterback. We might have to sweat slightly. The T. Higgins drafter doesn't take Joe Burrow. And from there, pretty big drop-off from the next guy. So Jalen Hurts does go to the A.J. Brown drafter. And I think, not the end of the world if Joe Burrow does get taken. We have lots of really good options here to stack our quarterbacks with. We can do Burrow, and if not, we have Worthy available to us, Pickens available to us. All their quarterbacks are stackable late. Kamara does go. Alright, Tedero McMillan is drafted. And you know what? I think think I'm gonna pass on Burrow. Where is the Rashid Rice drafter? He's very live to take Mahomes. Let's move Worthy up and let's think about this for a second. Where do our quarterbacks line up? We might not get Mahomes. I think, you know, we could end up reaching and we could still backstack a couple guys. Yeah, I think I will pass on Joe Burrow. Still have Tua, still have Mahomes, still have Dak. Love is easy to backstack. Late, we grabbed Jacobs already. So I am okay letting Joe Burrow fall. How many people we got streaming some best ball tonight? Streaming. 2 guys. We got Best Ball Guy, not familiar with him. 64 viewers. Carson Shear. Do not see a view count for him. So Joe Burrow goes to the Jaden Daniels draft. A very interesting build there. 3 QB, 2 wide receiver. Sorry, 3 running back, 2 QB start. Back up at 72, 73. I think Mahomes is obviously a priority for us there. I think it could get ugly if the CeeDee Lamb drafter decides to take Dak about 10 picks ahead of ADP. So we will need to be cognizant that once those quarterbacks start coming off the board, they come off quick. DK is really all about the quarterbacks. I do not want to find myself in a situation where, you know, Jackson Dart is my QB2. I also just don't believe in, like, you know, 20 pick pull-ups on players just to stack them. I think that would be really bad to pull up Dak 20 picks and stack him there.
Nearly 170 champions, and I finally picked Yasuo.
Ish till it comes back to us. Still some interesting names on the board. I mean, sure, it's coming off if we get Trevion Henderson to us at 72. Unlikely it happens. There we go. Big Stick 23123 does not want to see me take my shirt off. also would like to keep in mind that Luther Burden is a very strong target for us and a guy that I would like to take. This is the big sweat here. Takes Mahomes. Figured as such. We knew that that was coming. Don't know what happened to the draft board there. Okay, we are back. RJ Harvey went right in front of me, which sucks. Do we take Pacheco? Do we take Swift? I think we take Swift. Hopefully that pushes us towards Caleb and Luther Burden a little bit later. We have Dak available to us. We have Caleb available to us. We have Love available to us. Love with Kraft and Jacobs would be very nice pairing. We have Tua. So we will keep all of those guys in mind. Would have been truly wonderful to get RJ Harvey 10 picks after ADP at 72. It's kind of a rough 3-pick stretch with Mahomes and Harvey coming off. And we got to worry about CeeDee Lamb after taking Dak. But we will load up on another share of Chris Olave. Chris Olave is not a better wide receiver. I'm sorry. There's some names on here of guys that are not better receivers than Chris Olave. I do not believe that Jameson Williams is a better receiver than Chris Olave. I do not believe that Cortland Sutton is a better receiver than Chris Olave. I do not believe that Zay Flowers is a better receiver than Chris Olave. So on the comeback, we're hoping to take 2 quarterbacks if we can grab Dak and Caleb. I'm very happy with that. And I think, I'm even okay with just grabbing one of them and then grabbing Love at 120 with Burden if we can get Caleb. And then tack on Tyreek later, to kind of just avoid the double week 5 bye. I don't want to be too scared of the double week 5 bye. think pretty easy double-click quarterback here. We can go Dak and Caleb. Not many players that I'm looking at the top of the board here that I am thrilled to draft. I would do Kelsey, but I mean, the Mahomes drafter is in front of us with Rice, so very likely Kelsey goes here. A round plus after ADP. Dak does go. So we will have to make Caleb a priority here. Have to make Love a priority at 120. You don't mind Jordan Mason. You don't mind Tyrone Tracy. I think we click Caleb. And I think we click Jordan Mason. Happy with that. Looking ahead, we are at the proper ADP for Love. We're a little ahead of ADP to grab him 3 spots ahead. Should go well with grabbing Kraft at the turn. Looking down at a guy like Burden. We're at the point in the draft where every team but one has a QB. Have not even reached the double-digit rounds yet, so Exhibit A of how crazy these Draftkings rooms get at quarterback. We have 5 receivers, and I feel really, really strong about the 5 that we have. I don't really feel behind. I feel really strong about the running backs that we have as well. Got a ways away until it gets back to us here.
The all-new Whoop is here, now more advanced than ever.
Kraft double click is still alive. 6 picks away. Shahid coming off the board. Drake May, JJ McCarthy. A couple names coming off the board now, getting a little sweaty. Can't be the only one looking ahead, thinking to do a Lovecraft double click at the wrap here. Takes Keon Coleman. Marvin Mims. Christian Kirk, very nice. We can go Jordan Love. And we can go Tucker Kraft. Really like that a lot there. That little double click stack. Oh my god, Luther Burden goes 20 picks ahead of ADP? I don't even get the chance to sweat it out, he just goes right away? Oh, guess that's fine. Maybe there's a chance Loveland falls back to us. Do think that getting the second quarterback there was more important. We really have no outs to Stroud, who will make it back. Lawrence, unlikely to make it back to us. Penix, unlikely to make it back to us. So we would have been looking at some pretty rough QB2 options there. Loveland is off the board, so we're out of Caleb Williams stack options, but we still have him with DeAndre Swift. I think getting Love with Kraft a little more important than getting Williams with Burden, as Burden would be our 6th wide receiver and we wouldn't have a tight end yet. And I feel really good about grabbing Kraft as our tight end 1, full PPR site, stacked with Love. I mean, big dream would be Isaiah Likely making it back to us. That would be pretty awesome. Big fan of Likely. But I think we do just grab 2. Be pretty happy with the QB room of Caleb, Love, and Tua. We'll see if the Waddle drafter most likely takes Tua right here because he has Allen. Yeah. That kind of frees us up to do some other things with our pick. I do like Guirendo. Kind of go with the Week 17 stuff for the Bears. getting some good Week 17 correlation here, likely with the Ravens stuff for the Packers flip side and Garendo for the Bears stuff. And man, Bashaw Tootin goes way later on DK. Happy with Jaden Blue, happy with Tootin. I think I prefer Tootin over Blue. Garendo over both of them for the Week 17 purposes. No real value here. Likely we will go Garendo. Do a little bit of a team recap here. Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Mason, and Isaac Garendo. Wide receivers are Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Xavier Worthy, George Pickens, Chris Olave. And tight ends, we have Tucker Kraft and Isaiah Likely. I think really strong team so far. Getting 2 quarterbacks I like a lot, who I think will be hitting those, getting a 300-yard bonus. The running backs to go with those offenses. Stacking Kraft with Love and getting Likely as a Week 17 bring role. For sure has a mega contingent role on that Niners offense. And he also functions as a Week 17 bring back to the Bears stack. So happy with what we're cooking so far. We will see if we will rip the second DK entry. And while we're waiting, I'll also bring up the underdog, do a little team overview of that one while we wait in between picks here. Looking ahead, we are back up at 168. Some of the names in this range: Romeo Doubs, Aaron Rodgers. We'll probably have to play it by ear as we get a little closer. Jonnu Smith goes about 20 picks after his ADP. I think I have 2. We can pretty much just take value the rest of the way, I think. I feel confident in the receivers that we've drafted. I like the QBs that we've drafted. I definitely would like to make Aaron Rodgers a member of the team. Oh, he's another Week 5 bye. We cannot do that. Well, we can always do Shuck. He goes with Olave. He has an ADP of 204. Theoretically, we should get him at that 16-17 turn. So we will make our picks, and then I will do a draft recap of the underdog draft that I did earlier today. I would not mind Romeo Doubs. Would not mind Tyler Algier. We can keep scooping. Actually, I'm going to take Dylan Sampson. Should he make it back to us here? But Algier's another week 5 bye. It's so hard to keep track of the buys on Draftkings, but we already have a ton of week 5 buys. Well, give me the pick then. Don't yell at me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 week 5 buys. Week 5. Should have Shuck. Should have Guirendo. Should have Mason. We'll have Jamar, Tyreek, Worthy, likely Pickens, Olave. Yeah, we can field the team week 5. We'll be alright. We can make it 1 week. Alright, let's do a little draft recap of the team I drafted earlier today. We're drafting from the 110. So I started this team with Nico Collins. Pretty easy pick, kind of once Neighbors and Puka come off the board. I think he is, kind of the alpha over Brian Thomas and Amon-Ra. Certainly over Ladd. Then I had to choose between A.J. Brown and Devon Achane. I love taking A.J. Brown, but I have a lot and still want to get in a good amount of Achane because I'm a pretty big believer in his talent. Then coming back, got a nice 2-3 pick value on JSN. The thought crept up into my mind to do Terry and then maybe push Jaden Daniels around the wrap, but I just like JSN better. And with Terry's holdout and lack of clarity there, did not want to risk it. Then grabbed DJ Moore. I don't have a ton of DJ Moore. If it's between Mike Evans and DJ Moore. Then I grabbed Odunze with Moore. Kind of wanted to avoid Jordan Addison with the suspension. Was hoping Rizzy P made it to me at 63, but don't mind grabbing Henderson there as a second running back. Then coming back here in round 7. Not a lot of names that I liked at wide receiver. I mean, I like Josh Downs and I like Igbuka. Some of these other guys I'm not a big fan of. And also the kind of after Pollard situation. So wanted to take Pollard there as the third running back. Then did Ayuk as week 17 stuff with the Bears. Then finished the Bears stack, grabbed Caleb, grabbed May to go with Henderson. We were back up in 4 picks. I'll finish the recap when we're done here. So for sure, we will be grabbing Tyler Shuck. This is a team that strikes me as a 3-6-8-3 team off the jump. Looking at Sanders. Not many guys that I'm loving at receiver. Don't mind Slayton. Kind of PPR scam. That is more of his running mates tune. Alright, we will for sure grab Shuck. And yeah, it gets pretty ugly at running back after this. and I'm okay with kind of just being done. Let's see if there's another name that's really standing out to me. No, you know what? Let's take some rookie upside with Noel, actually. Because I actually want my last running back to be Ollie Gordon. Alright, back to the draft. We did an underdog earlier. So yeah, grabbed Ayuk for the Week 17 stuff with the Bears. Finished that off. So these last 4 rounds were all about getting correlation. So really pivotal foundation to the team in those 4 rounds. Went with our first tight end. We grabbed Likely. We grabbed Jaden Blue. Then we finish it off with another 2 tight ends with Brenton Strange and Mike Gesicki. Obviously, with our first tight end being Isaiah Likely, we're a little weaker at that position, but we kind of buoyed out with grabbing 3 guys who all have decent touchdown upside week to week. Finished it off with Darius Slayton, and then ended the draft with some rookie running backs. Kind of the theme of this team is rookie running backs, but some guys who can find themselves with some bigger workloads with Giddens and Rashard Smith. So actually kind of looking at the teams that I'm drafting now on Draftkings and comparing that to the one I did earlier, pretty similar teams. A couple of familiar names. Alright, we have 3 rounds to go. This draft is approaching 50 minutes. Will probably be about an hour draft. Check the promos tab real quick, see how much time was left on the enter 2 Millies to get 10 DK dollars. Because if the time is running 2 minutes left, yeah, let's enter the other one now. We can get that 10 DK dollars. Enter with our ticket. Alright, so in theory, should be that. Let's head back to our lobby here. There's no lineups tab, I gotta remember that. Check what's still available on the board. Still pretty happy with the run out and my decision to go with Noel and grab some rookie upside, because still even some running back names that I really like that are available, but I think I want to stay true and grab Ollie Gordon. Up here in 1 pick. Ollie Gordon. Get that out of the way here. Yeah, let's do Io Manor. We'll go Ollie Gordon. What's available at tight end, actually? We can grab Gadsden at the end of this draft, hopefully. Alright, still waiting for 3 out of 10 here, and we did get that $10 DK deposit just under the gun there with 2 minutes left, so happy about that. Alright, we got the 5 pick in the other draft. Nice. Bumped my overlay a little bit there. Don't want to do that again. Alright, this draft is underway. What comes back to us at running back? Yeah, I think this is Gibbs or McCaffrey, actually. McCaffrey does come off the board. I am just going to take Gibbs. And we are just going to rip receiver the rest of the way because the running backs that tend to come back to us at 29. We'd maybe be hoping that Chase Brown gets there, and I don't want to bank on that. And then we're in a situation where... so this one, we said we were going to end this with a tight end. With buys of 5 and 7. Just anybody that does not play have a buy on those weeks. So happy to do a Rondé Gadsden. Would even do a Harold's Family. We'll hop back over to this draft. Don't usually love doing the multi-table thing, but in this case I think it's fine being so far down. Man, Puka at the 1-2 turn. Yeah, that's crazy. Drafter kind of disrupted the natural flow of this draft. Not used to seeing some of these names come off the board here in the 20th round. And I think Achane would be really hard to pass up. I think Bowers would be really hard to pass up. I think AJ Brown. 944. What do the wide receivers look like at 29? Okay, happy with that. 44, happy with that. 53 and 68. Yeah, still happy with the guys there. So we will pass on AJ Brown and we will take Brock Bowers. Up in 5 picks on this last draft here. Get a nice with the names that are going to come back to us at wide receiver. Very happy if guys click running back here and kind of leave me some more wide receiver value. The only question is, would the better pick have been like AJ Brown and then hope we get McBride back to us? Maybe, because McBride at a 4-pick ADP value. But some real. Wow. So we will get Rasheed or Tyreek, which is like a godsend for this team. That's really freaking awesome to get either of these guys here. Take Rondé Gadsden here. Oh my god. Oh, this is such a tough decision. I think I'm going to go Rashee Rice just because it's bigger value. That is a really awesome start. Really freaking awesome. We'll do a quick team recap here on this one. Quarterbacks, we have Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Tyler Shuck. Running backs, we have Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Mason, Isaac Garendo, Tyler Algier, and Ollie Gordon. Wide receivers, we're rocking with Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Xavier Worthy, George Pickens, Chris Olave, Romeo Doubs, Jalen Noel, and Alec Iomanner. Tight ends, we have Tucker Kraft, Isaiah Likely, Rondé Gadsden. We have Caleb Williams stacked with DeAndre Swift, Tucker Kraft stacked with the Likely bringback, and then Tyler Shuck, we have Chris Olave stacked with the Alec Iomanner bringback. So really strong team. Quite happy with that team. Phone in case I miss my pick here. Almost a round past ADP. Tyreek Hill going 10 picks after. I mean, this is nuts. I would be interested to see what the combinations are on the Nakua. What is that all about? I mean, Puka and Collins themselves are a pretty unique combo. And then to toss on McBride on top of that, that's so crazy. Still happy with the way we started, though. Man, I'm almost tempted to take Amari and Hampton, because a lot of these guys that we're going to get at receiver, I like a lot of these guys late. Feels like really strong. And I think we just let it rip at wide receiver for the foreseeable future. And giving us Browers gives us that Geno stack, which, Geno as your third QB is great. But it kind of lets, I don't want to say neglect quarterback a little bit more, but gives us a little more flexibility to not feel like we have to take multiple in the window. I have a pick at 77. I would like to push Mahomes to 77. be pretty cool to push him a little bit. I'd be very happy with Tataroa, with Pickens, Waddle, with Ridley. And I'm okay taking Pickens again. Gives us a Dak out. We're kind of in a better position to take Dak, I think, especially with the CD drafter taking Allen. Very happily grab Pickens here. I'm gonna see if I can look up the ownership of that. My thought has to be that there's probably less than 3 teams in the whole tournament with this combination. Back up in 1 pick here. I think Chris Olave is just better than all these guys. I think he's better than Odunze, better than Judy. No, we did Olave Pickens last draft, but now the big sweat is pushing Mahomes around the wrap here. Don't want to download a 70. That's a big file. Not worth it. 5 more picks. Nice. We were successful in pushing Mahomes around the wrap. Look at this team that we are cooking right now. Mahomes stacked with a falling Rashee Rice. A middle of the 3rd round Rashee Rice with Mahomes. 2 stud running backs. Gibbs and Hampton. Bowers. And then Pickens and Olave. I mean, absolutely loving this team so far. Looking ahead at 92 and 101. And would love Igbuka.
It's the big summer sale. Shop.
Do we have to worry about someone scamming Dak from us here? Possible somebody takes a naked Dak. And I probably won't be shy about just drafting Burden at 125, to be honest. And big fall on Ricky Pearsall. I think we're going to be fine at running back for a while. Okay, Pearsall does go, so the temptation is gone. I'm okay with either Golden or Egbuka. I slightly prefer Egbuka. I think he kind of fits that similar profile to guys like Ryan Thomas or Justin Jefferson, in the sense of they were very good in college, but they had another guy. Right? Justin Jefferson had Jamar Chase opposite of him. Ryan Thomas had Malik Neighbors opposite of him. But like, it's still possible this guy's also a baller as well. You know what I mean? Like, despite those other guys being there, this dude's still a baller. So, Purdy coming off the board there makes us a little sweatier to get Dak on the comeback here. We'll be double stacking those buys again if we take Dak. But he seems like the most obvious pick in this spot, I think. the quarterback position. Fields is a little tough to make work. We have Dak. We can grab Shuck at the end of this draft. I don't love taking putting Shuck on 2 lotto tickets, but in this case, I think it's fine. With Dak and Mahomes, you would figure that these 2 guys are probably going to be trading 300 yards every week. Should be hitting that bonus pretty consistently. Do a little team recap here. We have Jahmyr Gibbs, Brock Bowers, Rashee Rice, Amarian Hampton, George Pickens, Chris Olave, Patrick Mahomes, Emeka Egbuka, and Dak Prescott. I think we're really just going to start firing off receiver for the foreseeable future. Really want to make Burden priority. Interested in Pittman. Interested in Higgins. Not as interested in Keon Coleman. Interested in Bateman. I mean, would be quite cool to get Michael Pittman around after his ADP. Not gonna count on that though. But I think for sure Burden is gonna be our 12th round pick. Justin Fields still available, which is pretty interesting. Likely way ahead of ADP. There goes Pittman. And there goes Justin Fields. Grabbing Higgins or Bateman with our first pick. Bateman gets taken, so we will go Higgins. Slight worry that this Caleb drafter just rips off Burden for the stack. Marvin Mims off the board. Need to dodge one more bullet here. And Luther Burden is ours. Not many other receivers I'm seeing. We will grab Luther Burden. Welcome to the team. Our 6th receiver. We ripped 3 rookie receivers, so probably going to shut it down on the rookies. There also have Amarian Hampton, so making a big bet on this rookie class. Guy in the 12 spot kind of kind of fumbled a little bit with the Njoku pick. I don't really know what Njoku's doing for this team when you have McBride. I think this team probably could have used a Dobbins, a Tyrone Tracy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking this way. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Looking at what is coming back to us at 140. Couple of names that I really like here. I mean, Drake May, Kraft, Colston Loveland, Jaden Blue. Wow. Okay, there goes Drake May. And actually, you know what? I'm not going to do Kraft, and I'm not going to do Loveland. Did Jake Ferguson get drafted? He did not. Okay. Let's take Jaden Blue to go with the Dallas stuff, and then we'll probably do Jake Ferguson as well. Could not see him there. I'm blind. I mean, Drake May would have been tough to pass up there, but we got to remember we do have that Geno out. I think we would probably have to take him at 149, 3 spots ahead of his ADP, but I don't feel the need to do that with Mahomes and Dak. If we get the value, we get the value. Honestly, don't hate Hollywood. Kind of already have Dak double stacked with the pass catching running back. I think Hollywood kind of works in an area separate than Worthy and Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice works in that real intermediate within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Worthy has that deeper stuff. Probably see Hollywood running some in-breakers, some outbreakers. I think him as a 7th receiver to double stack Mahomes works out well. We will do Hollywood.
Big trucks can.
Gives us a nice double stack with Mahomes. We're double stacked with Dak. Maybe we can get a Geno fall. Got around till it comes back to us. Geno does go. Does he have, he has Genty. Not much of a problem with that. I mean, Pretty awesome night. I had 15 in the account, deposited 10. It was 25. Entered a draft for 20. Got a free draft. Entered that. Got 10 back. So, did $40 of drafts for $10 tonight. That gives us a little flexibility to see what the promo for tomorrow is. Back up at 164. I don't mind doing a Cedric Tillman. Maybe even do... Nope. I was going to click Young. We will not be doing Young. Unfortunate. What is a QB looking like? Alright, looks like it's going to be a late round Shuck again. What are we feeling here? What does wide receiver look like later? We just look at a guy like... I want to do Xavier Legette. Draft the big guy, run fast mold of player. Push a couple of these guys a little bit. Do Ray Davis. Do Isaac Arendo. Tyler Algier. Roshan Johnson. Did Dylan Sampson go already? Sure, he probably went quite early. We know for sure we'll be doing Shuck. And probably round 17. We'll need another tight end at some point as well. A couple of names. Probably end up drafting 3 as well. We could do Juwan as a part of the Saints stuff. Oh man, sniped on Garendo, way past his ADP. I think we'll just go Tyler Algier. Get leverage on the Bijan drafter while we have Gibbs.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises.
We get Swift last draft. We do Roshan this draft. Good way to split our bets. Do we try and push Shuck to 212? I don't think we mess around with that. I think we just draft him. Just get our third QB. Yep, we'll take our third quarterback, shut it down there. Would very much so like to get Jawan Johnson with our next pick. Actually, I think I lied. I think I want to draft Brashard Smith. Goes with our chief stuff. Push Jawan a little bit more. I don't think Jawan is a league winner. Brashard Smith has the ability to be a league winner. And that's all you're looking for in round 18. He can have Jawan. Fine with that. We made our bet with Purdy. Don't mind Jatavion Sanders. Wow, Jahan Dotson. That's crazy. Alright, we'll take Jatavion. And we can do whatever we want to end the draft. Honestly, probably just going to be a third tight end, be a little boring. Tank Dell, way to punt your pick. Man, imagine if Dalton Schultz makes all the way back to me. The risk is Playboy 107 were to take him. He only has 2. There's 3, 4, 3, and 3 in front of me. He does take him. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he take him? You know, I'm just not gonna take one of these shit guys. I'm gonna take, like, throw on Keaton Mitchell. Player has been drafted. Okay. Why don't we do Jalen Coker and we just say that we got the Panthers wide receiver 2. Really no tight end. I don't want to take Higbee. He has an overlapping bye with Bowers. Like the 1 week I'd want to use it, take an extra shot at tight end. So we'll do Coker. Little team recap here. We quarterback have Mahomes, Dak Prescott, and Tyler Shuck. Running backs, we have Jahmyr Gibbs, Amarian Hampton, Jaden Blue, Tyler Algier, Roshan Johnson, and Brashard Smith. At wide receiver, we have Rashee Rice, George Pickens, Chris Olave, Emeka Egbuka, Jaden Higgins, Luther Burden, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Leggett, and Jalen Coker. And at tight end, we have Brock Bowers, Jatavian Sanders, and that's it, actually, at tight end. So we have Mahomes stacked with Brashard Smith, Rashee Rice, and Hollywood Brown. We have Dak stacked up with Jaden Blue and George Pickens. And we have Tyler Shuck stacked with Chris Olave. So that's the team. That's the stream. Drafted 2, talked about a third. Big fan of the 2 teams I drafted on DraftKings tonight.